Yo, where you been, Philosophical? You've been in hibernation for like 32 years. What have you been up to, homie? That's what a lot of people have been asking me. And here I am on May 1st, 2016, whatever that means nowadays. And yeah, I'm getting back in the groove of making YouTube videos, and it feels really good. And so, to get the ball rolling, I figured I'd share a little bit here about what I've been up to, and yeah, just continue to explore this journey of life with all of you through the World Wide Web. Blows my mind. Um, so, yeah, let's trace back here for a moment, and I'm gonna make sure I keep breathing while I make videos, cause sometimes I get a little excited. So I'm gonna take a breath here. I'm gonna receive a breath rather than take a breath. Yeah. So last, let's see, 2015, I got really excited in February to do this thing called the Inspiration Station. And I started making videos, and I had these characters, Fat Tony, Dolores, Esmeralda, and I was having a lot of fun with it. And I planned to make videos for like this 88-day journey, and I had this whole vision for it. And basically, after just a few days doing it, I started to kind of go through this transformation. And essentially, what really happened was I posted a thing on Facebook of me giving myself the self-love hug, which is where you know hug yourself, obviously. And my friend Ayla put organic ketchup on my body to create a heart. And so basically, I posted on Facebook, I said, for Valentine's Day, let's all learn how to love ourselves. And what would it look like to actually love yourself more? And as I posted that, to pose that question to myself, I was like, holy shit, I gotta take better care of myself. Because I had been on tour for like 3 months previous to that, just kind of going. And I was like, wow, I gotta like have a winter season sometime where I rest. And so I decided to just cancel the 88-day video journey after only making like 4 videos. And that was really, really hard for me to do. It was hard for me to surrender what I had already like set in motion. And honestly, I'm still kind of integrating that and doing my best to not see it as a failure. And I know that it wasn't a failure, because even those 4 videos are really good videos. I think there's maybe like 5 or 6, but I'm gonna grab a sip of water here. And my friend Bella said that me doing those characters inspired her to create her own character, which she's now doing in like an actual improv show. And so just hearing that one piece of feedback to me is tells me that the video series was a success, even if I didn't, follow through with it in the way that I initially planned. So anywho, I decided to hibernate last February of 2015. That's the last time I made a YouTube video. And so, yeah, I started to do a lot more self-inquiry, and I started to realize that there was a lot more to myself that I wasn't really expressing. And yeah, it's been a lot. It's been a really crazy last year and a half for me. Well, it hasn't been crazy per se, but it's just been very transformative. And I'll continue to share a lot of what I've been uncovering and going through because I know that, yeah, to quote Ram Dass, one of my favorite teachers, he says, I always talk about myself, but those of you who know that it's not really me, it's us. And what continues to blow my mind is basically what he says is that our journeys are so parallel. And what you're going through is very similar to what I'm going through. And so that's really my intention, is to share radical honesty about what I'm going through, and then we keep sharing stories, and we all have little puzzle pieces to share with each other, and it's really fun. And so what I've realized is that there's a lot more to my feminine side that I previously wasn't expressing, and I'm gonna talk more from my Lila Rose sense of self right now, which is more playful. And basically, this character that I created called Esmeralda, she was kind of like a joke character, but then I realized, like, holy shit, this is actually a part of myself, like an authentic aspect of myself, Esmeralda. And when I start to channel this energy, my cheeks literally start hurting because I'm smiling. It's like I'm letting the joy flow through me in an authentic way. And because my cheeks where I wasn't letting this joy through, my cheeks are like not used to smiling this much. It's really crazy, but it feels good. It's like a muscle that I haven't worked out for my entire life, pretty much. And so, in a lot of indigenous cultures, they have a concept called a two-spirit, which is usually some sort of person that becomes like a shaman or a medicine man, medicine woman. And half of the time they usually dress as a man and do the manly things of the tribe, and half the time they dress as a woman and they do the woman tasks of the tribe, and they're able to go back and forth fluidly. And that's basically how I feel, and it's been a huge process for me to just allow that within myself, because I've been conditioned in this life to be so judgmental and so self-critical and so homophobic, to be honest, and like transphobic, just afraid of breaking out of gender norms, essentially. And so it's been a huge process of peeling these layers of conditioning in myself, and I'm going to continue to share like a lot of the revelations that I've had. I had so many revelations, oh my gosh, praise the Lord. Yeah, it's been quite a journey, as many of you know who are peeling the layers. Also, it's like it's such a process. And so that's really a big part of what I've been going through for the last year and a half. And I've reached a point where I feel like I've reached a certain end of a chapter, and it's now time to share more with all of you in a more public way. So here I am, baby, with my 37 personalities and my... Oh yeah, so I want to share what I did tonight, which you might notice my hair is especially in coconut oil and my skin is covered in coconut oil because I did my first ever coconut oil wrestling swimming pool. Basically, my friend Aaron here in Florida is a yoga teacher, and um, him and his partner run this yoga studio, and they're like really amazing yoga teachers, so they follow this sacred path very closely, and they know all the mantras and everything. Though for Aaron's birthday, they decided to have a Playboy Mansion theme. And so they invited everyone to dress up as like Playboy bunnies or whatever you wanted to do in that way. And so I took it as an opportunity to express my feminine side, and I wore a very feminine outfit. And I'm pretty sure they're going to be posting pictures on Facebook, which I'm ready to just. I really find all of this very humorous, even though it is very challenging. Like, I'm happy to share. I'm still wearing the skirt right now. I'm not sure if you can see this. Check it out. Breaking down the gender roles, bro. What's happening? So anywho, there was a Playboy Mansion birthday party at a yoga studio, and yeah, I honestly was very close to not going because my housemate was like planning the music, and he's playing this like super annoying radio music, and like I have this Lady Gaga song stuck in my head all day because he's like preparing this playlist, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm not gonna go to this party and listen to all this unconscious music. It's gonna like bring me down. But then I was like, what the hell am I doing? Like, I'm just gonna go to this party and have fun. So that's what I decided to do, and I had a great time. I dressed up, I took off half my clothes and wrestled with all these other yoga teachers in a like a kiddie pool in coconut oil, and it was really fun to just be playful. And so that's a big message I want to share with you, is like balancing the sacred and the silly, and balancing the masculine feminine, balancing the light and the dark. Balancing is really a key theme that a lot of us are exploring. And so I'm curious if you want to share anything in the comments below of like what you're balancing or what polarities you're exploring, because it's very fun. It's very fun. Like like this gender fluidity, I've realized like I feel like I'm becoming both more masculine and more feminine at the same time, and it's like as I let myself fully express as Lila Rose, then I'm able to fully express my masculinity in whatever version that takes. My Kevin May self, or my philosophical self, or my Philo Flows, which is my new preferred primary name. I shared that in another video that I'm going to upload. Though the name Philo Flows feels like it's this affirmation that is, reminding me to be in the flow and reminding me to flow between these different polarities. And yeah, it feels like essentially a gender neutral name, and it just feels like me. So I'm requesting that people call me Philo if that feels good to you. It feels good to me. And yeah, I'm having a good time. I'm glad to be making YouTube videos again. And yeah, I'm proud of myself for going to this Playboy party and just like, I brought steamed vegetables and quinoa that my beautiful friend Luna made. So I didn't bring like beer and Doritos.